It's being called an epidemic. Thousands of people die from it each year, distracted driving. And that's why Minnesota law enforcement wants the state to make a big change. They want it to be illegal for you to hold a phone while driving. Tonight, Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has our story.
It doesn't matter who you ask.
About 95% of the people I see are texting on their phone while driving.
We've all seen it before.
I can't count the amount of times I've looked over and seen a car next to me where the driver's driving with their knees and they got both hands on their phone trying to send a text message.
Chris Miller does a lot of driving. He's a truck driver, and today his route takes him from Canada to Michigan. And he says where he comes from, there is already a hands-free rule drivers have to follow.
Most jurisdictions in Canada where I drive primarily, it's a hands-free rule. You're free to take calls on your phone, but you have to have like a hands-free headset.
And that's why he thinks it should be banned in Minnesota.
It should be legislated out.
But it hasn't been banned yet. In Minnesota, there was legislation to do so this spring, but it went nowhere.
The numbers are quite high.
Mark Empting with the Clay County Sheriff's Department says he sees countless drivers every day on their phones, whether they're texting, checking their Facebook, or talking. And he tells us he's all for a hands-free option.
I would support the Bluetooth option, obviously. The hands-free option. A lot of the vehicles now do have hands-free built right into them, and I think that's a great thing to do.
We got in contact with some local legislators to see how they weigh in on the matter. Ben Lean tells us he has introduced a bill that would increase penalties for people caught texting and driving, but he admits there might be emergency situations when a cell phone is needed. And he says it's a safe bet they'll be getting another look at the bill when legislative sessions reconvene next year. In Moorhead, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
We also wanted to see if North Dakota has any hands-free legislation. Brian Niewind with the Highway Patrol tells us they do have laws when it comes to distracted driving, but none specifically saying you cannot hold a phone while on the road. He also tells us all state vehicles have a no phone use rule while driving, meaning phone calls, even if they're hands-free, are prohibited when driving a state vehicle.